talking in your sleep. Kept repeating the name Amelie.
Sam, Tarman here. I'd like to brief you on this next order of yours. Once you're ready to head out, access the delivery terminal on the DHV Magellan to proceed.
So, the files say you worked with Amelie to connect everyone in the UCA to the chiral network. But that despite your best efforts, an extinction event known as the Last Stranding seemed destined to kill us all. Until Amelie found a way to put a stop to it. She single-handedly sealed off the extinction entity's beach, preventing countless BTs from invading our world, and in doing so, saved humanity. But why am I telling you this? You were there to witness it all with your own two eyes. And you, of all people, must know that humanity can never truly escape extinction. The ultimate goal of Drawbridge's mission is to overcome the Death Stranding. If we succeed, we will be fulfilling Amelie's dying wish. At least that's how I see it. You know, it looks as though you've been issued a few different hats, Sam. Why not experiment and switch up your headgear to suit your mood? You can also change the outfit I'm wearing if you like. I shall put my faith in your impeccable sense of fashion. So in order to survey an area, I have to rely on a very special power. My strength of will, you might say. The requisite focus can be rather exhausting, but I'm happy to grin and bear it since it's for your sake. So, if you deem it necessary, feel free to send me airborne as many times as you like. It won't use up any battery or chiral crystals either. All it requires is that I place my absolute faith in you. Which I do, so don't hesitate to ask for help. Out of curiosity, Sam, did you notice that the mirror above your sink displays images of the outside world? These images change as we travel and actually show what's waiting for us outside the DHV Magellan when we disembark. Prolonged living inside an enclosed space can be bad for one's mental health due to the unchanging environment. That's why I asked Tarman to implement this particular feature. A digital photo frame, so to speak. An easy-to-understand name, don't you think? Though I'm the only one who calls it that. Anyway, it'll give you a preview of our surroundings. That's sure to have some practical benefits. Showers these days are truly impressive, Sam. They really are. They're able to collect all the minute chiral crystals from your wastewater and repurpose them for later use. The ones on board the DHV Magellan are the latest model. You would do well to use them regularly. It's important to remember that defeating BTs isn't the same as eliminating a threat once and for all. These entities are simply being driven back to the world of the dead for the time being. Sam, been a while since you had a proper shower, wouldn't you say? The weapons they were wielding were impressive, and the brigands themselves were a tough, imposing bunch. You know, Sam, you can have me scout ahead if it would make your life easier. Just toss me into the middle of their camp, and I can give you a better picture of what to expect. It's not very sophisticated, but it works. Just promise you won't throw me anywhere weird. When the first APAC expedition came to Australia, the brigands saw them as invaders and rejected their overtures. They were unwilling to embrace the change that the chiral network could bring to their world. While their motives differ, I'm reminded of the Luddite movement and their violent opposition to new technologies. Brigands seem committed to not killing their enemies, at least. If only they had channeled their energies into a constructive dialogue with us. Ah, yes. Those wandering BTs we encountered, I believe people call them Watchers. A fitting name given their behavior. The way they seem to be eyeing us with such disconcerting intensity. Ugh. They can't see everything, though. No, they've definitely got some blind spots. Meaning, you might be able to avoid combat by evading detection and sneaking past unnoticed. Sam, I hope it's not too much to ask that you continue to take me with you into the field. I know a thing or two about BTs and the dead, after all. Some of it might come in handy. We aren't the only members of Drawbridge, so you know. We have associates who've already established themselves on the ground. I expect you'll run into them from time to time. I don't really have anything else to say right now. What was that just now? Did something happen?
Order accepted. Thank you.
Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. Let me just take a look at our active orders. I can tell at a glance that you took good care of our cargo. Thanks for all your hard work. I want you to have this data. It'll help you in your work. We've designated more materials for your use. Don't hold back on our account.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
This is a chiral anti-gravity device that can be attached to your backpack. Slap it on and your cargo will feel significantly lighter. And the more of them you use, the more noticeable the effect becomes. Any porter ought to appreciate a piece of kit like this. I'm sure you'll be a big fan.
Order completed. Well done. Order accepted. Thank you.
very close now.
Expecting a porter of all people to drop by. Most folks would have had Buckley's chance of making it out this far. Betting it was the government that sent you my way. They've got an eye for talent. That's a bang-up job you did. Well done, mate. Where on earth did you find this? I was sure it was gone for good. Thanks, mate.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I appreciate what you've done for me, really. But I'm afraid I can't agree to becoming a part of this chiral network of yours. To be frank, I don't trust you drawbridge people yet. There's also no end to the dangers in these parts. And if you haven't got what it takes to face them, you'll die like all the rest. Complete my latest order, though. and I might be persuaded to reconsider. If it strikes you as an unreasonable request, you may as well go home now. There's no shame in recognizing when you're out of your depth. You gotta know what you can and can't handle if you want to survive out here. All of which is to say you shouldn't go off half-cocked and throw your life away. Are we clear?
Order accepted. Thank you.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam. They can sense them, Sam. Be on your guard for big T's. Like you have what was requested. All that remains now is to drop it off.
delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Have a go at that. You actually managed to bring it back, did you? I'm genuinely surprised. Let me get a closer look at it. The contents of all the things I never expected to receive. You bloody ripper. You are no average porter, mate. That much is crystal clear. I suppose I ought to hold up my end of the bargain. Get out your Cupid and finish the job.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
So this is what it's like being all hooked up and wired in. At any rate, looks like the schematics for my trusty shooter and darling little smoke grenades are in your hands now. The form is a custom design of mine. Uses tranquilizer darts. Makes a hell of a bang when fired though. So keep that in mind. Just a shame our paths couldn't have crossed sooner. Maybe this world of ours wouldn't have been so divided, and maybe my mates wouldn't have had to die. My sniper rifle. It's configured to fire tranquilizing rounds. An ideal choice for those who prefer to get the job done without undue bloodshed. Bit of advice though. Make sure you engage your enemies at a healthy distance. It's not a silenced weapon, so fire too close and they'll be all over you before you have time to react. And don't think about taking a shot until you've planned your next move. Any sniper worth their salt stays mobile, constantly securing new vantage points to evade detection. And always remember to account for bullet drop when shooting at extreme ranges. In a nutshell, you might need to aim at a point a notch or two above your target, depending on the distance. And finally, you want to hold your breath to steady your aim before gently pulling the trigger. Having left that life behind, I've no need for guns any longer, but that doesn't mean they can't be of use to you. Hey now, don't knock them till you've tried them, alright? Granted, you can't neutralize an enemy with one, but they are effective at blinding them and giving you cover, far more than you probably realize. And even if they do open fire, you'll find that their chances of actually hitting you are slim to none. Which means that even if you've alerted them with one of your own shots, you'll have no trouble disengaging and repositioning. Properly utilized, they're a great tool for disrupting enemy attacks and buying you room to regroup. Furthermore, if you happen to have a sensor or something similar on hand, you can use it to track enemies through the smoke, making things pretty one-sided. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Or, if you're the kind of bloke who'd rather get up close and personal, you can chuck one at their feet, waltz right up to them unseen, turn a firefight into a fist fight. I assure you, once you've learned how to use these little beauties to their full potential, you'll have a heap of new tactics at your disposal. Experiment, see for yourself. It may sound like a bit of a yarn, but my friends and I supported the government's plans to rebuild Australia. To defend ourselves against those who had other ideas, we had no choice but to take up arms. It ended up costing most of us our lives. All because of me. The commander. You've seen what became of them. My mates are the Watchers scattered all over this hill. Mixed in with all the enemies we slaughtered. And for what? Deep down, we were all the same. Blokes who called this land our home. Was it worth all the struggle? All the bloodshed? For the world we shared to be reduced to this? So, I left the military behind. Decided I had to go it alone. I had to figure things out. Were we all just doomed to die and become Watchers? Was that the only way for us to come together? Now fuck that. There was another way. Before it all went to hell, we should have tried to find common ground. And now, with your chiral network, that might finally be feasible. Working with the government too, maybe. For all that and more, I hope you don't let me down. Righto, Sam. I know you got places to be, but an order just came in that caught my eye. Seems our friends over at the government shelter might be in a bit of strife. If you're willing to look into it, you can review the details by checking the sub-orders on the delivery terminal here. Might be a good occasion to fabricate a sniper rifle with the data I just shared, if you take my meaning. Anyway, think it over, would you? Thanks for coming all this way. Sit tight while I check the orders. Where on earth did you find this? I was sure it was gone for good. Thanks, mate.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Alright, till next time then. You're a tough guy, man.
Yeah.
Make any goddamn sense. Sam.
That'll do it.
Don't be afraid.
Good evening, Sam.
Well, look who it is. See, we meet again. We appreciate your service. We'd given up all hope of ever seeing this. I'm so glad he managed to bring it in.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
As always, thank you. Hope we can count on you in the future.
Your service in transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
we go. Stick a fork in me, Sam. Okay. Well done, Sam. That's the last of the cargo. Let's head to our destination and make the delivery.
Don't slack off.
What you said.
Retrieved that cargo from those troublemakers, did you? We're all very grateful. Now, let's review the order details. Time after time you've been there for us. You're a saint. I'd say it's about time I gave you this. designated more materials for your use. Don't hold back on our account.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Got our hands on those bastards' gear now. And it's all thanks to you. With this tech, we should have no trouble whatsoever monitoring and tracking their movements from here. Also, something tells me you've earned the Lone Commander's respect. Call it a hunch, given your more imposing aura. I reckon the Golden Fist and the Island Inventor will be keen to meet with you. You're damn right I do. His skills as a soldier and leader were second to none. A marksman like you wouldn't believe. And not just with a rifle either. He once captured an enemy outpost with nothing but his custom handgun for company. If you can find a way to gain his trust, I'm sure he'll have something of value to teach you. But the poor bloke still holds himself responsible for the death of his comrades. Wrongly, in my opinion. The way I see it, if he couldn't save them, then no one could. He's a combat specialist who used to be stationed at Cape Fort Knot, which was a settlement located to the north of West Fort Knot. Anyway, he was a champion boxer, so he excels at close-range engagements, as one would expect. One time, when he heard a group of trigger-happy arseholes were getting ready to attack Cape Fort Knot, he went out alone and took the lot of them down with his bare hands. I'm honestly not sure how he's getting on these days, but if you could bring him into the chiral network, you would gain the support of a powerful ally. Strange sort of fella, if I'm being honest. He set up shop on an island he never leaves so he could devote himself to his research. And if you head north from here, past West Fort Knot, you'll come across a lonely island just off the coast. As for this, research, I've only met him once myself, and I couldn't make head nor tail of whatever the hell it was he was trying to build. But perhaps you'll have better luck than me if you decide to pay him a visit. With your help, we were able to improve the design of the spare ammo container and create a version with a much bigger capacity. That's not an overstatement. It'll let you carry a lot more ammunition. That way, you don't have to bring so many weapons and can rely on just a few favorites. That sounds good to you? Give it a try.
Just like that, Sam.
Now then. Stretch my legs. Okay.
Still slaving away at this hour, I see. I'll process your orders as quick as I can, okay? I said we'd already written this off as lost. You've made everyone's day bringing it in. I have a feeling this data will be of use to you. Take it, please. We're increasing your allocation of materials. Hope it makes your life easier.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
I've shared data with you for an electric shock absorber you can attach to your backpack. While equipped, it'll reduce the damage you suffer when struck by electrical attacks. Even better, it'll also harness some of the juice to recharge your batteries. Goes without saying, that could come in very handy. Be sure to give it a try sometime.
Mine's up and running again.
Please submit materials.
Okay.
Glad you could make it all the way out, Sam. Right then, let's have a look at this order. Did a little restoration, did you? Thanks so much. I don't know where you found this. I'm sure glad you did. You are one hell of a porter. A generous, hard-working soul who deserves this data. We're increasing your allocation of materials. Hope it makes your life easier.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
When operational, the mines can provide us with a steady supply of natural resources. And with raw materials like that at your disposal, you'd have an easier time making deliveries. It's a good reason to restore any other mines you happen to come across further down the road. Oh yeah, north of here are some much bigger mines even. Used to be you could find active mines scattered all throughout the continent. Because of the gold rushes, you know. From what I understand, the rail network was pretty extensive before the Death Stranding, and unmanned trains filled to the brim with precious minerals ran day and night. I should mention that we're actually developing a new system that's something of a successor to the old railways. If you head north, you can see it for yourself. This is a schematic for an enhanced battle skeleton. As you'll see, damage reduction has been improved along with battery efficiency. And when you carry it as cargo, it even occupies less space than before. Its increased power output also allows you to shift loads with greater ease than ever. With all those benefits, you're bound to be a fan. Our research into other technologies continues. With your help, we can accomplish even more. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much.
Hi, Sam.